Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do is you will just find an image, any image at all that's going to relate to your website. I'm doing mine on travelling abroad, so I'm just going to use this image of Rome. I'm just going to download this. Yours, please don't get an image of Rome or anything, because that is not related to Preston. So once you've got the image, just go to Photoshop, click on Create New, and really it doesn't really matter too much what the width and what the height is, but the resolution needs to be 300 pixels per inch. We will scale this down when we save it at the end, okay, but to start with, just so we're working with the highest quality of images, we are going to keep it at 300. Okay, so once you've done that, we obviously will, if it's going to be a button, then obviously the width is going to need to be longer than the height. Okay, so what I'm just might do now is just put, let's go 700. Okay, and I'm just going to create that. Okay, and I'm left with something that looks like this. Now, once I've got this here, I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to Place Embedded. Okay. Once I've clicked Place Embedded, I need to find the image that I have just saved, and it is this image just here. So you're going to open that up, and there we go, we've got this image just here. So I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, like so. I'm going to press tick. Once you have placed embedded, that image is going to be currently unrasterized. So what we need to do is we need to go over to the right hand side where our layers are, and we need to right click, and we're going to click rasterize layer. Okay, so we need to rasterize it. Once you've rasterized it, okay, we're just going to unlock the background layer, because we don't really need that. Okay, and what we can do is we can actually delete our background layer, so we've got a transparent background. Now what we'll do is we are going to add a shape in the shape that you would like your button. Okay, and this tool here, okay, it's going to be set as a rectangle, but I tend to use the rounded rectangle tool for this. And I'm just going to draw the outline of my button like so, and that is what will probably appear. Okay, and that's absolutely fine. Now what we'd need to do, okay, is we would just need to rasterize this layer as well. So you right click on that layer, and it is important that we just swap these over so the image is over the top of the shape. Once that's happened, okay, I'm going to right click on my image, and I'm going to create a clipping mask, so it is kind of like tied to that. And then from there, what I can do is I can just move this around as I like. I could actually press Ctrl T in order to make it smaller or larger. Okay, so it will fit in. It really doesn't matter. Okay, this is just a rough version, so just something like that would be absolutely fine. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some sort of border to this button. So I'm going to click back on my rounded rectangle layer, and I'm going to double click on it, so it's going to bring up these settings here. Now I would like just an outer glow, and I'll have it as black there. So I can add this outer glow. You can make it larger if you want, smaller, really big, really small. Okay, it's completely up to you. You can change the colour of your border if you want. It's completely up to you. I'm just going to keep it at black because I think black just looks quite professional. And I'm going to press OK. Then what you could do to this original image is you could add an adjustment layer. So you could maybe change it to black and white. If you wanted to, you could change the hue saturation, you could make it brighter, you could make it darker, anything at all. Okay, but that is kind of like the outline of our button now. Okay, all we need to do here is we need to add text. So I'm going to go to my text tool. I'm going to highlight over the area that I would like my text in, and because this is Rome, okay, I'm just going to pop Rome in the text there. Make it as big as I possibly can. Okay, that'll do. And then just place it in the middle. And then from there what we can do is we can add some text effects to it. So I tend to quite like using the stroke tool, and what I will do is I'll change the colour to maybe white here. Change the opacity so you can only just see it. I'm going to remove the stroke completely from it, and then I'm also going to add an outer glow as well. Okay, so it gives me this sort of effect. Okay, and then press OK, and then that would be my button. Now it's really, really important that our buttons follow the exact same kind of like styling. It'd look really silly if you created 4, 5, 6 different buttons and they are all completely different shapes, sizes, colours and all that sort of stuff. So what's really useful would be to keep this open for the time being, and if you're going to create another button, what you can do is just go to Home, Create New. I'll use what I just used there, Create, and then all I need to do here is I would copy the rounded rectangle over, so this is going to be the same size. Okay, find another image. Okay, so place embedded. I'm going to find use this image here, and then all I need to do now is create the clipping mask. So it's in there, it's the exact same shape, and all I can do now is just copy this text. So it's the exact same text, exact same size. All I need to do is change this to Dubai, and there we go. Now once you've got all of your buttons saved and all sorted, what you need to do is you will first of all need to save it as a PowerPoint file. So remember, whilst you're doing this, you need to be documenting it and screenshotting everything that you're doing and explaining it. But you'll save it first of all as a PowerPoint file. So you'll save on your computer. You will call it, I don't know, Dubai button, and it's going to be saved as a Photoshop document, and you'd press save. And then you'd also need to export it as well, so you'd do another one, another save as, save on your computer, okay, and you'd change the save as type, and a really, like, probably the best file type to save this as would be a PNG, because if you've got a transparent background, you'd hope that it would keep that transparent background. And then all you'd need to do then is just insert it onto your multimedia products. Okay? But these need to be as consistent as possible. Okay? Please try to keep the same sort of styling, colours and so on, and sizes, otherwise it will look extremely unprofessional.